Kid, before we start building on the subject matter for the day, hopefully y'all having a powerful Wednesday thus far, man. Starting the Wednesday off on a positive, powerful, efficient, and productive note. I got about maybe 35, 40 minutes to build on a particular subject matter for the day, man. So hopefully y'all got time to tap in with the kid. It's kind of spontaneous, but y'all know that's how I tend to move, man. So again, this is not something that's irregular or abnormal for me to hit a spontaneous stream. So hopefully y'all got time to chop it up with the kid, man. So how y'all living, how y'all feeling on this wonderful Wednesday? Wonderful Wednesday morning on my end. So what's the word? Talk to me before I start talking to y'all. Y'all see the title of this stream, so y'all already know we about to go in. AK, peace, what's happening? Ray Shine, peace, what's the word? How y'all living? Andrew, peace, what's happening? What's the word? We got to talk about the stupidity. You see the title of this stream and you might think this is something that's common sense, or you might think this is something that doesn't exist, but I'm here to tell y'all that this exists, and a lot of people justifying this nonsense out here. Seville, peace, what's happening? Airview, peace, what's the word? Magic, peace, what's happening? Airview, man, you ain't need, hey, oh, you say trying for that piece? Yeah, for sure. Just activate that piece. You know what I'm saying? Just activate it, fam. It's right there within you. Just activate it. Cut deep, peace, appreciate that donation. Y'all, you already know we gonna go in on this particular subject matter. Ashley, peace, queen, what's happening? You say no need to catch bodies because someone else wants to cheat. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's my brother, peace. What's the word with you? Jay Green, peace, what's happening? Yeah, and it's a lot of people that actually justify this nonsense, though, and it's crazy. Shaquille, what's happening? It's a lot of people that justify it. I've seen a lot of posts on social media where people like talking about if somebody cheat, what you would do, and they say cheat back. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? What's the point? Somebody give me a scenario to where that makes sense. Beast by Bless Zone out. Peace. What's the word? Somebody give me a scenario where cheating back makes any type of sense, opposed to just leaving. What good is gonna come out the situation if I decide to just cheat back instead of leaving? Somebody let me know. CC Peace Queen, what's happening? Could D say more scoring? That's exactly what it is. We got to learn, especially as black people, man, we got to learn how to leave these toxic situations alone. We got to learn how to remove ourselves from toxic relationships. We got to learn to do that, man. Again, somebody cheat on you, man. They showing you their true colors, man. You got a decision to make. The decision shouldn't be, well, I'm going to cheat back, and then now we even. How is that going to solve anything? How is that going to solve anything? If anything, that's going to make the other person say, oh, okay, cool. That's how we moving. All right, I can cheat on her because all she going to do is cheat back, so it's all good. So somebody let me know how this is making any type of sense. But we got a lot of people, man. We got such a convoluted, we so convoluted and twisted mentally that we be justifying staying in toxic relationships and situations by saying dumb things like, I'm going to just cheat back. Cameron, peace. What's happening? Appreciate you tapping in. Ashley, appreciate the donation. You say, I think it's nonsense. My body is sacred, and I will not entertain cheating or cheating back. Exactly. Body is the temple. I wish more people viewed the body as a temple. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not that serious, man. Again, if somebody didn't let me know, okay, cool, they don't respect me enough to stay faithful to me, then I'm going to go ahead and depart from that situation. Or like I said, if you decide to remain with the individual, cheating back is definitely not the move. Cheating back is definitely not the move. AK, and that's the justification. I literally have seen people, this is how they would justify it. You know, men, we the scapegoat most of the time. So the example always revolves around men. So I see situations where people would be like, all right, man, this man was cheating on his woman. He was like a serial cheater. So he cheated on her with multiple women. Then she starts to cheat back. And then you will see a gang of women talking about, well, that's what he get. He shouldn't have been cheating on her. How about no, she should have just left? You know what I'm saying? So they condoning her cheating because he was cheating. I'm like, both of y'all are stupid. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just leave? Just leave the situation. He done cheated on you with 10 different women and you cheat back with one or two, and now you think that make any sense. No, just leave. Just leave. But I see people justify the situation when it's like that. Oh, he was cheating on her with all these different women and she cheated back. That's what he get. No, like how is that positive? How is that positive? Ashley, for sure. Man, I done been in situations I couldn't prove that but I felt like the person was cheating. Sometimes you remain, like I said, it's a decision that we make. Sometimes we remain, and for whatever reasons you choose to remain. We can remain in those situations, or we can leave a situation. But if I remain in a situation where I've gotten cheated on, like I didn't cheat back, like that wasn't in my mind to cheat back. I may have stayed for some other reason, but I didn't decide to cheat back. That never crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, I'm finna just go out here, go crazy and cheat back. You know what I'm saying? I may have stayed just for other reasons, man, just being blinded by a lot of other nonsense, but I wasn't like, I'm finna cheat back. That was never in my mind to get that type of revenge. But I done definitely been in situations, man, where some cheating, where I felt like some cheating was involved. I didn't necessarily catch anybody in the act, but you know what I'm saying, I observe, you know what I'm saying, I'm observant. So I just was observing some things. I'm talking about this years ago, you know what I'm saying, it's high school, early college, you know what I'm saying, in situations where I'm like, man, I know this ain't adding up right now. So I had, you know what I'm saying, suspicion that I was getting cheated on. It was like one good time that I remember. Didn't necessarily confirm it, but I felt like it was going on. I was still staying in the situation, and I wasn't cheating or anything. I was just like, man, I don't really trust this chick, man. Eventually, I end up freeing myself from that situation, though. Antonio, peace, what's happening? Andronicus, horrible justification. Oh, see, they said they back on the black men don't cheat vibe. They back on that vibe. Shantae, peace, queen, what's happening? Ray Sean, you say STD. Oh man. CC is crazy. Like I said, it's crazy. I must be a rare breed because it happened to me and I stayed for a brief period. But like I said, I didn't catch anybody in the act. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing the knowledge to some things and certain things wasn't adding up. I was a little suspicious. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you the things that I was suspicious about, y'all would probably be like, yeah, there was some cheating going on. You know what I'm saying? But I stuck around for a brief period. Sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? And I actually know a few brothers, I know a few brothers that then stayed with a woman that was cheating on them. I actually know a few brothers that fit that bill that stayed with some women that were cheating on them. So I actually know a few dudes that fit the bill. And a lot of times, man, sometimes you do get some decent brothers out here, man, to the point where it's like you may feel like you can save the woman that you with. So when she started doing things like cheating and just being destructive, you looking past that because it's like, man, you see potential in her and you blinded by that potential. You know what I'm saying? So there's some brothers out here that get caught up in that nonsense, man, trying to save these women, man. So they allow themselves to be cheated on, abused, and all this type of stuff, and they sticking around because they feel like one day she gonna come to her senses. Nobody has time for that. 4 Elements, peace, what's happening? And that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can tap in. Seville, and it's crazy. It's crazy, man. You get the credit. It's crazy. Depending on where y'all at in the relationship, it's just crazy the credit that we give people for sticking around in toxic situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, you know what I'm saying? If you really love the person and y'all trying to work it out, man, and some good comes out of that, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish anybody's relationship or marriage to fail. But man, if you getting hit with toxic situation after toxic situation after toxic situation, at some point you got to be like, you know what I'm saying? It's time for me to remove myself. It's no working through this with said individual. This is too toxic. At some point, we got to realize when it's too toxic. When is enough enough? Like, what is y'all breaking point? For some people, the breaking point is getting cheated on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find out what's your breaking point. Like, when is enough enough when you are entertaining a person? When is enough? When does it reach that point to where you say, all right, man, I'm cool, I'm gone? What is the breaking point? Montel, Just, peace, what's happening? Terenzo, peace, my brother, what's happening? Oh, Ashley, and that be the worst. That be the worst when somebody's suspicious of you cheating, they the ones doing it. And this is another thing that I've witnessed. I've witnessed this. You got people that can dish out the dirt, aka cheat, but then when they get cheated on, they act like it's the end of the world. So you done been cheating on this individual 5-10 years, and then they cheat one time and you act like it's the end of the world, man. Like, that's your karma, man. That's the energy that you've been dishing out. That's the energy that you're receiving. So don't do that either. You know what I'm saying? If you've been dishing out the dirt and then you get the dirt back, man, you got to be able to deal with the dirt. You got to be able to reap what you sow. Deal with the consequences, man. Deal with the consequences, man. All of your actions have consequences that come with them. So if you out here dishing out the dirt, hence one of the reasons why I'm not too fond of cheating myself, because I don't want that energy coming back on me. I don't want that energy coming back on me, so I'm a little mindful. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't trying to rock like that because that's some energy I don't want coming back my way. I'm cool on that. But it's a lot of people, man, they can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't handle it, but they can dish it out, though. I don't respect that, man. If you dishing it out, if you out here doing the dirt, then when that dirt come back to you, man, you better be able to handle it. Andronicus, that's honestly the best explanation I've heard in regards to justifying it. Still weak to me, you know what I'm saying? Still whack to me, I should say. But I can semi understand it, but at the end of the day, when it comes to hurt, like, we all gonna feel it differently. You know what I'm saying? So the way you was affected by something may not affect me the same way. You know what I'm saying? So when people start doing things like that, that's when it's really time to move on, man. When you doing things out of spite just to try to make somebody else feel some type of pain, that's unhealthy. That's unhealthy. That could essentially lead to self-destruction. That could essentially lead to disease. Like, people don't understand, like, a lot of these decisions that we make when we in these relationships, that can contribute to the decline of our health, mentally and physically. Which is, again, be mindful of the people that you choose to be in relationships with. That is one of the biggest decisions that you will make in your life. So you got to be mindful in regards to who you choose to be with, who you choose to lay down with. These are important decisions, man. These are important decisions. You got to weigh the pros and cons, like, thoroughly examine these situations, man. It's an important decision. It's an important decision, especially if a life comes out of that, man. This is one of the most important decisions that you will make in your life. The person that you choose to be with, or if you practice in polygamy, the people that you choose to be with. These are going to be some of the most important decisions in your life that you make. So be mindful, man. Be wise when making these decisions. Hey, Seville, that's peace, man. I always like to hear it when things turn out peacefully and positively, man. I always like to hear that, man, because, again, I don't wish ill will on nobody's situation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, if a situation is too toxic and you don't need that toxicity in your life and you're not trying to entertain that toxicity in your life, remove yourself from anybody that's trying to supply you with the toxicity. That's my recommendation. That's my recommendation. Terenzo, for sure. For sure. And then again, when it comes to, like, I don't go too hard trying to expose people, because what they say, the cream always rises to the top, man. So the truth gonna always reveal itself. So I don't have to go too hard letting the world know that such and such is a cheater, such and such did this to me, man. The truth is gonna rise to the top. So the truth is always going to be revealed, man, in due time. Beast reincarnated. Peace. What's happening? Ashley, you say, man, that my ex brought home a curable STD while I was, see, that's sick, man. Sick, but I know cases like that, though. I know a lot of cases like that, man, and that's sick. That is sick. That's disgusting, that's sick, that's foul, that's filthy. You know what I'm saying? It's just filthy. Cut D for sure, man. We need more peaceful relationships and we need more peaceful people. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to have a peaceful relationships, we need peaceful people. We need people that's centered. We need people that's balanced. You know what I'm saying? So we need a lot more peaceful people in our community, man. And then that'll give birth to a lot more peaceful relationships. So that's why I'm always telling people, man, activate that peace, man. Activate the peace. It's already there right within you. Peace is not something that you got to find and search for and seek. It's already within you. Bobby Peace, what's happening? Shantae, you say you done been on both ends. Yep. Especially in the younger days, man. I'm pretty sure we done all did our dirt in our younger years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old everybody is, but you know what I'm saying? If you were my age bracket, I know in your younger years, you done did some dirt. You done did some dirt. Shantae, you say communication will save your relationship for sure. And communication, like learning how. So it's like when you in school and all the kids have different learning styles. So just learning the communication style of your partner, you know what I'm saying, of the person that you're in a relationship with, learning that communication style is important too, because we all communicate differently. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn the communication style. How is how comfortable are they in regards to communicating a certain type of way, man? Just find a comfort zone and communicate with them through that way, through that medium. Don't try to force them to communicate how you communicate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't function and operate like you do. So you got to learn how a person communicates and then deal with them according to their level of communication or their style of communication. A lot of times we be trying to force people to move how we move. It's almost like love. When you love a person a certain type of way, don't expect to receive that same type of love back, because we all love differently. We all love differently, and a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? We just base everything off of how we move and how we show love. Like, nah, you probably not going to receive that love the way that you gave it. So appreciate the other person and how they show love, how they display their love. You may be more affectionate. You know what I'm saying? Affection may be your thing. That may be how you show love, but that may not be how the other person shows their love, by being affectionate. Like, that may not be how they move. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand how another person shows love. Like, you affectionate, you all up on them. That's your sign of love. The other person's sign of love may be y'all chilling in a room listening to their favorite music. That may be the way that they show love. Respect that, appreciate that, embrace that. Don't say, oh man, you need to show me love the same way I'm showing you. I'm doing this for you. You need to do this for me. That's not how we operate. That's not how we move. That's not going to last. Lolita, you say cheating is equal to add more fuel to the fire. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, Antonio, for sure, man. Listen, they be out here. They be out here. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it don't matter the relationship status. Like, that literally means absolutely nothing these days. When you disclose your relationship status to a person, don't mean much. It don't mean much in these days. Airview, you say, I had seen a post that said, I'd rather be the one you cheat with than the one you cheat on. That's what triggered. Man, you know what I'm saying? I be seeing a bunch of foolishness like that, man. I be seeing a bunch of nonsense like that. Like, that don't even make any sense. Like, I don't want to have any parts in that nonsense, man, because again, it's toxic and there's nothing good comes out of that situation at all. CC for sure. CC made a point. She say self-discipline and self-control is important in a relationship because there's always going to be attractive people around you. Yeah, man, self-discipline and self-control, and even outside of a relationship, is important, period. You know what I'm saying? Because these same people, when you in a relationship, they gonna be there when you single too. But even when you single, man, I wouldn't recommend just going out there going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you get all type of diseases, and that's how you get that's how you get yourself in all type of bad situations still. You know what I'm saying? You could be single in all these bad situations as well. You know what I'm saying? So we always got to practice that self-discipline and that self-control. Because even when you single out here, man, that ain't the time to just be going crazy. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the time to be wild and loose. Like, nah. Matter of fact, that'd be the best time to focus on yourself, really. UFO, you say cheating back for revenge is like adding additional poison to the well both parties drink from. Right and exact. Right and exact. You know what I'm saying? Y'all getting fancier with it than I am. I just said it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You cheating back instead of leaving, to me, that's stupid. Like, literally, there's no logic in that. You know what I'm saying? He cheated on me, so I cheat back. Now we even, and we gonna continue on this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Then when they cheat again, it's like you get mad again. Like, nah, nobody solved the problem. Big drama, Thunderscore, big drama. And we don't have time for drama, man. Like I said, I don't know what stage y'all in y'all lives, but drama, negativity, toxicity, chaos, like destruction, I'm not on that type of vibe. I don't know about you all. Some people thrive on that. Some people love the toxicity. Some people love the chaos. Some people love the drama. I don't. Yeah, Airview, that's what I'm saying, man. It's dumb. It's dumb. Definitely. Yeah, cut, man. I ain't gonna even lie. Just being transparent. I ain't gonna say I think I got one cheat under my belt. And I mean, I done justified it in my mind a few times, man, but it really wasn't no justifying it. It was way back when I was probably fresh out of high school. I was in the situation, man. It was just so toxic, man. But it was like, I thought I was bad at communication, man. The chick I was with at the time was worse than me. So it was like, man, I couldn't get through to the chick. Like, she had vanished. So, you know what I'm saying? It was for like a few days where I couldn't even talk to her because her best friend hadn't heard from her, whatever the case may be. So I just went out and, you know what I'm saying? I just went out and messed with another chick. I ain't sleep with her or nothing, but I went out and fooled with her. That was the worst I ever did. That's the worst I ever did. Like, my grimy situations didn't necessarily stem from cheating while in relationships. I was just reckless out here in regards to how I treated women, man. It wasn't until I got knowledge of self, until I had a newfound respect for women, man. I just didn't care about people's emotions back in the day, like high school and things like that. I didn't care at all, man. I ain't take people seriously. I leave people on, man. I entertain them. I got bored with people real quick, you know what I'm saying? So I'll talk to you for about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You think this about to go somewhere, and then I'm like, nah, man, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I got bored. I got irritated with people real quick. That's how I was back in the day. So I wasn't necessarily cheating, but you know what I'm saying, I did not care about people's feelings and emotions. I lead you on with the quickness, simply because I just got irritated with people way too quickly. Like, that's how I was back in the day, man. I just did not like, if it lasted past two weeks, man, that was something back then. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't. I'm like, man, people are just, they'll do something. A person will always do something where I'm like, man, come on. Like, man, I can't deal with a person that does that. It'd just be that one thing, and people always did something that made me say, nah, all right, we cool, I'm done, moving forward. My boy Ness, what you say? I'm gonna be honest, bro. I told my ex nobody's perfect. We are all the bad guy in somebody's story, but we ended peacefully. That's why I value, because life is short. Exactly. Exactly. I'm definitely the bad guy in a few people's story. I know I'm the bad guy. And this stems from years ago. I know I'm the bad guy, man, because part of my problem or struggle with communication, I'm not, how do I want to phrase it? I don't want to say I'm not confrontational. You know what I'm saying? Because when you frustrate me, I'm all for it. I want all the smoke. But when it comes to things like ending a relationship or trying to tell a woman at that time that I wasn't interested or I was like ready to move on, like I ain't know how to do that. I ain't know how to do that, man. I was horrible with that. Like I did not know how to tell these chicks like that. Nah, I'm good on this situation. So I would just go ghost. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm the bad guy in a lot of people's story, and that's just me being transparent and honest. Like I didn't know how to communicate to these women. Like, all right, yeah, you kind of getting on my nerves at this point. It's been 2 weeks and you annoying. I don't want to talk on the phone every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fake. That was back when Skype was a thing. Like I don't want to Skype every day. I didn't know how to communicate that type of stuff, man. Just being honest. Like I didn't know how to have those type of conversations back then, so I was immature with it. So I vanished. I would vanish. Like you look up, I'm gone. I'm gone. I ain't want to have those rough conversations. So it was pretty cowardly. You know what I'm saying? I could admit that. I could admit that for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's crazy, man, because it stems a lot from being rejected a lot back in the day. Then I turned into the person that was doing the rejecting. So I became what I used to fear a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they used to do me dirty. Then I turned into that person, which was messed up. Yeah, cut deep, and that's it. Yeah, now I never. It's crazy. All the people I'm talking about that I ghosted, I never had any, you know what I'm saying, sexual relations with them. So I was in the same boat. I used to justify it all the time, like, man, I wasn't really. This wasn't really even serious. I felt like as long as I wasn't in a committed relationship and we didn't have no sexual encounter, I felt like it was cool that I ghosted. I'm like, man, we wasn't. It wasn't serious anyway. But to them though, to them, like it had potential. You know how, you know what I'm saying, women, especially when they're younger, like the emotions be high. So it's like if they feel like this gonna go somewhere, like they invested 2 weeks in. They feel like you about to be their husband 2 weeks in the game. You know what I'm saying? So you know how their emotions can get a little high. As a dude, I'm in high school, I'm 19, I'm 20. I'm like, man, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't serious. I'm about to enjoy my life out here. But they well invested. Y'all done went to the movies once or twice, and they like, oh, okay, this the one. I'll bring him to meet my father, meet my moms, and all that type of stuff. Man, I wasn't thinking on that. You know what I'm saying? So I came a long way, man. I used to be grimy. Like I said, I've mentioned this before. Like my perspective on relationships and all that used to be straight grimy. Hey, some of those perspectives I still hold. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little twist to it. But I used to be grimy back in the day, man. I didn't care about all that. I did not care about all that, man. I was like really 100% focused on myself, and I was just trying to have fun. I wasn't trying to be in anything serious because, like I said, I didn't. Y'all got to understand my disdain for people started early in my life. Like I just always was solo dolo. Also, always was isolated. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like if anybody was trying to take away from my peace, which was me just being to myself, like I felt like if I had to designate my time to entertain other people, like I didn't like it. I just felt like people disturbed my peace a lot because they required my time. So I like to be in control of my time. So when you start being in relationships, like man, I gotta keep my head on a swivel, man. You know how people pull up, I gotta see what's happening. Okay, cool. You know how when you're in relationships, you don't have that much control of your time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make compromises, and I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, man. I didn't like having to compromise, you know what I'm saying, my self-development, my peace, the things I wanted to do because I got to talk on the phone to you for 3, 4 hours about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't like that, man. I like to be in control of my time. I wanted to isolate, you know what I'm saying, when I wanted to isolate. Seville, and you know what I'm saying? And that and that's how I kind of viewed it when I was when I called myself ghosting, I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to really hurt their feelings like that. So I felt like if I ghost, that'd be better. But you know what I'm saying? Obviously, that was a lot worse than if I would have just broke it down to them. So a lot of times I call myself protecting their feelings, but at the end of the day, I probably made matters worse. So I already know a lot of things that I receive in my life that are not necessarily the best. It's the karma from like the treatment or the mistreatment of people back then. I already know what's up in my life. Andronicus for sure, man. I definitely regret it. I definitely turned into that person. Because you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it psychologically, man. Like I was used to being rejected. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how to handle being sought after. That was like new. It was like it literally happened overnight for me. Mike Jones got the song back then. They didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. It's like overnight, out of nowhere, I became sought after. Like my image became sought after, or I finally grew into myself. So it was like overnight. You know what I'm saying? Girls at the time, because we was, you know what I'm saying, we young. At the time, out of nowhere, it's like overnight, girls that would have never had, like, gave me the time of day were trying to talk to me. Man, I didn't know how to deal with that. I was used to being rejected. So I didn't know how to deal with that type of attention. Like I was like, damn, man, this is new to me. So I ain't really know how to deal with it, man. So I took a lot of L's because I just wasn't used to the attention. I was just used to being rejected. So I was like trying to always wrap my mind around like, man, what changed? Like, how did y'all not like me a year ago and now y'all fooling with me a year? Like, what happened? Like, I don't trust y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust this. You know what I'm saying? As a youngin', that's how I was functioning. I'm like, man, I don't trust this. How was everybody just rejecting me 2 years ago and now everybody trying to talk to me? I don't trust none of you. Why are y'all trying to talk to me? Is it because I'm smart? Is it because I got the good grades? And y'all, like, I'm thinking deeply about this as a youngin'. I'm like, man, I don't trust this. This don't make any sense to me. So I ain't know how to handle that. So the moment I came up with, I didn't trust them, like I started treating them like that. I was like, man, y'all only talk. I made up reasons why they was talking to me. I was like, man, y'all only talking to me because I'm good at basketball. Y'all only talking to me because I got muscles. Y'all only talking to me because I'm smart. So I just felt like they was talking to me for a reason. They had ulterior motives. So a lot of them, I just used them because of that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even gonna lie. Like first, that was the problem. Like, used to being rejected, then you getting attention, and you don't know how to deal with it. So you start making up reasons. Like, man, you obviously can't be talking to me because of my looks, because y'all was just rejecting me. So it's got to be something else. Oh, CC, man, I'm telling you, I already know. I'm telling you, I know that's where they say it ain't nothing like a woman scorned out here. I believe it, and I ghosted plenty of them. And I'm not proud of that, but that's what I did. I was good for that. I was good for that, like good for it. And that is not something that I'm proud of, but it happened. It's a part of my story. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of my story. I must tell it. Like, communication, it never was my thing. Because like I said, I ain't never been too fond of people, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been too fond of people. You know what I'm saying? Never been too fond of having those conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? So I done ghosted plenty of people because I just didn't feel like having a conversation. I feel like if I had a conversation, she gonna get emotional, and I don't know how to deal with them when they get emotional. I don't know. I like me and emotions, as y'all know, I'm not the most emotional person. So I'm like, man, if I go talk to this person, let them know how I feel, they get emotional, now it's gonna be awkward. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, let me dodge the awkwardness by just ghosting. So, man, it's stuff I ain't proud of that I did. That's, yeah, for sure. Appreciate the donation again. You say our culture doesn't promote trust. Not like we should. Airview for sure. Oh, man, listen. I never forget, like, I know overthinking back then was my demise, yo. When I used to play sports, my pops used to tell me all the time, I get to the point like, man, you thinking too much. So I know that has been my problem for a very long time. Going back to when I played sports, man, I remember playing basketball, and, man, I'd be out on the court, and, man, that was my pops that hit me with it. Man, you thinking too much. That was probably my biggest criticism. You thinking too much. Like, stop thinking, man. You naturally good. Stop thinking so much. Like, that was my problem for a minute. Cameron for sure, man, definitely still growing into myself, man. So, hey, a lot of people, man, just don't understand the struggle, man, of being rejected and then all of a sudden getting some attention. Like that's an interesting story to tell. Like, all right, man, I went from not desired to like, all right, people trying to talk to you. Like I had some crazy situations, like how grimy stuff is out here, man. That's why for the longest I was like, man, I don't trust these women, man, because I done had some weird situations happen on my behalf. I'm talking about I done had real close friends, man. Just, bro, I'm talking about, man, they will kill for a chick. Chick knows this. And they dating whole while they in my inbox, knowing that that's like my good friend at the time. And I'm like, man, y'all do this? Like at that time, I didn't think women was on that type of, I'm naive. Like I didn't think that they was on that type of vibe. I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying, society made it believe that it's just some dudes do. Man, I had several situations, man, where it's people that I'm good friends with them and they with a whole girl at that time, man, and she in my inbox on Facebook, be like whatever the site was at the time, hit me up. I'm like, man, don't you talk to my homeboy? Like, do you not see the problem here? I had several situations like that. Several situations. And it's crazy because the homeboy, I never, like, man, like, I was torn because I ain't got time to have them conversations, man. But, like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't homeboys now, but at the time, they were. But I was just swept it under the rug, man. I'm like, hey, fam, like, I ain't even, like, that's grimy, that's foul for you to be on that type of time knowing how this dude feel about you. Some dudes would have took the bait and food with some of these chicks. I was like, man, that's grimy. I was like, that's grimy, man. You should not be on that type of time, man. That's sick. This dude to kill for you, man. Literally, man. I'm talking about, man, I roll with some emotional homeboys. You know what I'm saying, at that time. You know what I'm saying? So one particular situation, I'm like, this dude to straight kill for this chick. Like, I'm like, I might have to kill this dude if he find out she in my inbox. I'm like, man, this dude to kill for you and you in my inbox. I was like, man, it's sick, man. I had, like, listen, I'm telling you, like, game was crazy, man. I had a few situations like that, man, where it was like, why are you in my inbox, man? You talking to the homie. Like, what are you on? Like, what are you doing? Like, this, literally, you talk to the homie. It ain't like you talk to the enemy. You talk to the homie, and you trying to talk to me. Like, man, come on, man, get out of here with that, man. That's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna ever do a homeboy like that. If we cool, like, I ain't gonna never do that. I ain't gonna never do anything like that. AI Matrix at all, man. And you know what's crazy? Me being the type of dude I was used to actually intrigue the women back then, which was part of the problem. The fact that I didn't seem like a foul dude, the fact that I seemed like a decent dude, that right there was the attraction. When I go to the club or something and I'm not dancing, I'm just standing, literally that's the attraction. I remember I went to, it's called Skate King here. So it's where people go and they skate. I remember I went there in high school with the homeboy. He loved to skate. I'm just there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting down, I'm not skating. Guess what happened? They flocking to me. Why are you not skating? I'm like, man, because I'm not trying to be bothered. And that's exactly what happened. They bothered me. So that used to literally be the attraction. Plenty of times, man, where I be with the homeboys, man, they have a girl, man, it's like they inbox me, man, trying to talk to me on some slick stuff, man. Because I seem like, you know what I'm saying, because of my character. I'm like, nah, man, you need to chill, man. Andrew, man, I had talked about that, man. That's a sick situation. It's a sick situation, man. Like, watch the last stream I did, or one of the last streams I did. That's when I was talking about it. Terenzo invaded my space big time. I'm telling y'all, man, I used to straight be chilling. I was chilling because in my mind, I don't want to be bothered. So I felt like if I'm out here dancing, acting the fool, that's going to generate the attention. Man, I'll literally be doing a complete opposite, and they come right up to me, get right in my face. Club over, people trying to, hey, what's your phone number? I'm like, man, would y'all leave me alone? Like, this ain't my environment. It should be obvious that this is not my environment. Nope. CC, and that's exactly what they told me. Or they hit me with the like, you strange, but it's like that's the attraction. Like how this dude can come to this club function with all these women dressed half naked and he ain't dancing, he ain't trying to dance on them. Like how is this possible? Like they couldn't fathom that, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't understand that. Like, man, because this ain't my environment. Half this music in here is trash. Like I'm just in here. All right, y'all, man. I had had a freeze up, but with that being said, man, I gotta tap out. Short on time today, man. I gotta tend to this client. Y'all saw the freeze up, so I'm gonna go ahead and beat him to the punch, man. I got a client that's about to walk in. I may come back and tap back in with y'all later on. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for that, man. But I appreciate the donations, appreciate all the comments. It's always peace, it's always love, man. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all later on. If not, definitely tomorrow, man. But y'all be easy out here.